Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well. Today I'm going to be making some easy pulled pork. And this is my trusty, handy slow cooker, my large one. I also have a small one that I use at times for smaller recipes. And yes, I have a darn fly in here. Can never stop them from getting in. It's just crazy. Anyway, so that big, beautiful chunk of pork that I got in the food pantry haul is going to be cooking in here. Now, there's so many different ways and so many different variations of how to make pork, depending on if you just want to make shredded pork or barbecue pork. And I mean, it could go several different ways here. You can add pineapple juice. I've heard that is a really good combination to add when you're actually cooking a big piece of pork. Some people do brown sugar. I'm going to add a little bit of water, but not a lot. You definitely don't want to add chicken broth because the flavors sort of interact not in a good way when it comes to cooking a piece of pork. I've never tried it, but I've heard from so many people, don't ever, ever, ever add chicken broth to a piece of pork. It's just a no-go. The flavor is not very good after it's been cooked. So here are the seasonings that I'm going to be rubbing and adding onto this piece of pork. I have some onion powder and garlic powder, as well as crushed red pepper, some ground paprika, and cayenne pepper. Also have a little bit of chili powder. I had to dig around in my cupboard for a moment looking for that. It was way, way hidden. So I'm going to be removing the wrapper from this beautiful chunk of pork, rubbing these on, and we'll be getting this ready to simmer. That is all the pork that I got off the bone, and that is some of the broth that is left. I have it sitting in the broth for a moment, just because I have to make some homemade barbecue sauce. I do not have any, and I do not have apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. So I found a 3-ingredient recipe that I want to try because I do have ketchup, I do have honey, and I do have Worcestershire sauce. We're going to try this and check it out. And this is what my pulled pork will be getting mixed with. Now I'm going to be draining this out of the juice. There will be a little bit left in the meat, obviously. But I want to show you guys the bones. Hey, Abby. Yeah, that's the bones that I got all that meat from. And that's that big piece of pork that I got in that food pantry haul. Pretty impressive, and I had just thought, well, darn, that would make a good pulled pork. So like I said, I'm looking online, what kind of sauce can I make? And I don't have apple cider vinegar. I only have a little bit of white vinegar. I have no lemon juice, so that type of sauce is way out of the question. And I happen to come across one that uses ketchup, honey, and Worcestershire sauce. So let me strain all that pork out of there, out of the broth. And, well, first, before I strain the pork, let's make up some of this 3-ingredient barbecue sauce. Alrighty, so here is a cup of ketchup. Yep, that is a cup of ketchup. Next, we need a 1/4 cup of honey. I have Silver Blossom, pure and unfiltered honey right there. And I'm just going to let that last a little bit, drip into here. The last ingredient is going to be Worcestershire sauce. and that is 3 teaspoons, I believe. I have to check the recipe real quick. I'll be scooping a little bit of that broth out from the crock pot to mix with these 3 ingredients, and I'm gonna simmer it on low, and whisk that around till all of it mixes together and incorporates really well. And then we'll be adding the pork, and we'll see how this turns out. I had to check my recipe, and my recipe in fact said 3 tablespoons and not teaspoons. So I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of my French's classic Worcestershire sauce, or I know I messed up that pronunciation. I've never said it right since I was a child. Alrighty, so I probably have about 2.5, almost 3 cups worth of sauce in here. It's pretty well heated up now, so the final step is, of course, to get all that pork out of there with minimal juice, since I have some added in here, and let this all simmer and flavor up my pulled pork.